Hey, welcome everybody. Dangerous Freedom here. Welcome to Saturday Night Forum. Of course, I got my host. Well, he he's messing with his internet over there, but he'll be back up here. And I got my other buddy Ron Stryker down here. So let me say hello to
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
see that. Hi, Mayor. How you doing?
Mayor, how you doing? So we got let me refresh, see how many we got in here now.
What's up, John?
John's in the house. So see Joe. Joe, John, Mayor.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, what's up, Florida Jim? Good to see you, brother.
Florida Jim. Got another John.
Ah, same John.
Oh, same John?
Yeah.
John Meter. Oh, okay. Okay.
There's the other John.
Okay. A lanyard. What kind of lanyard?
Yeah, no doubt, right? What kind? Usually a lanyard, well, I would do it with a bow line myself. What's up, Garrett?
Trying to stay hydrated.
A lanyard for a pocket knife.
Oh.
Right on. Give
With me,
everybody.
all I did is just basically take a small loop of paracord, run it
Mm-hmm.
through whatever I got to run it through, and tie a knot like so.
Yeah.
Lanyard, boom, done. Nothing fancy unless you want to get like the weaving of the paracord and put little doodads on it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
To me, if I'm out in the woods and if I got like say a knife that's got like a little loophole right there, I want to like to where it's got that lanyard to where it dangles in case I drop if I'm like in a tree or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, Garrett, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, he lost a good friend, huh?
See, Garrett, I think it was his I want to say his grandfather.
Ooh,
I can't remember exactly. I get a lot of people in my after dark that have talked about losing family and friends and stuff. So sometimes it's just it's hard to remember every single person and who they all lost. But
you know,
yeah, I was
it's
right. Yeah,
it's
I was right. It was his grandpa. Yeah. Not saying that it was because of the Jabberwocky, but yeah, we're kind of guessing that was it. What's up,
yeah,
Foamy?
yeah. No, I lost a good friend of mine back in July. He wiped out on his motorcycle and did a header into a stone wall.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. The helmet was practically pointless at that point. Yeah, he was at a traffic light. He had a 3-year-old Harley Davidson, and it was giving him problems. The throttle would stick wide open,
oh
and
man,
oh yeah, and you know the power of a Harley. It doesn't take much to go from 0 to 90 in what 8 seconds.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And here you are. exposed to the wind, and like a motorcycle helmet's going to save you from a header into a stone wall.
Welcome back, Moose.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, thanks a lot. I hope this is a little better. I'm on satellite.
Oh, you're on satellite internet?
Now I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. How does that work? You got like the satellite dish out back, or?
Yeah, up on the roof, I've got a transmitter receiver antenna that goes to a Viasat satellite.
What's
Okay.
up, Shipwreck? Haha. Those other streams are sucking. Well,
Hey,
I'll
guys,
tell you
good
what
to
they
see
do.
everybody
I'll
out.
tell you what they do is they suck a lot of viewers in. Is why this this stream for originally. I mean, we get like 30 or 40 people in here. We've only been on for like 6 minutes. We got like 12 people in here. Within a half an hour, probably have 30 or 40. We usually range about that for the duration, but that's all right. It's just fine. Depending on the helmet, I don't even think the Kevlar helmet would help you at that point.
No. I mean, the speed he was going, yeah. No, I saw pictures of that Harley, and it was just mangled beyond belief. And he jumped off the bike before it ended up into the wall, but he was sliding.
Yeah.
I mean, he was slowing down, but it's a shame. I lost a good friend. Regardless.
Yeah.
Moose man, you see what Ship said?
Cleaning flash holes on 9mm cases. Been there, done that.
I prefer the wet tumble myself. Granted, you're depriming first, but at the end, those stainless steel pins that clean out those flash holes, nothing flat. You just gotta double check your flash holes.
I use a universal decapper, so I don't want dirty brass in my dies causing wear, dirt, stuff scratching the cases. So I use a universal decapper, decap my cases, and then wet tumble them, then run them through a rinse with a little wash and wax, and they come out beautiful, shiny, slick. And then I'll run them through my sizing die and prime them after they're dried and ready to go. Yep.
Yeah. I use just regular Dawn dish soap and Let Me Shine.
I use that for my first go round, and the water will be black and really nasty. Yeah. Then I'll do a rinse, and I'll add a little bit of this. It's called wash and wax liquid. It's a blue liquid you get at Walmart in a bottle for doing cars, but it just puts a light lubricating wax coating on the brass, and it keeps keeps it from tarnishing.
Huh. Yeah, because for lubing the cases, we use the Hornady. Oh God! It comes in the little plastic tub. It's like
I use carbide dyes mostly. I use carbide dyes, no lube.
What's up, Jet?
Well, my buddy and I I go to his house and it's his presses, but I kind of got him into other calibers. But for the 300 Blackout project, I got this. I was at Cabela's one time, and I ran into this one old guy reloader. He says this one shot, you lube a few cases, and you're good for about 200-300 cases before you got to lube a case or two here and there. What he would do, my buddy, he learned from another reloader, use the Dillon spray wax, like a plastic tub about yay big, and glue in a couple of old pieces of denim, like you got some old ripped up jeans. Those denim fibers are nice and fluffy, if you will. He would use that denim material, spray some that case lube from Dylan, and just shake around, and that denim would kind of coat all the casings, but they'd end up being sticky from the lanolin. But that case lube, it's more of it's real slick, and I noticed when I use those in my gun, brain fart. When I would run them, can't see it's
I use the
blurry.
RCVS, and you put it on a pad and rub it in with your fingers, and then roll your cases on it, because I don't want any case lube in my case mouse that can get down and destroy a primer. So I use that on a regular pad, and
yeah, right, shit, bro.
Oh, what happened?
RCBS pad, lube pad, and just put 5 or 10 on there at a time and roll them across once and run them through your sizer if you don't have carbide dyes. But I've been using one of these for years. I've got a Lyman and 2 RCBS.
No, Gia, those are not my case.
I want minimal lube on my cases.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, Camel Carl. I've had this time slot sliced out for well over a year. So I mean,
every Saturday night.
Hell, and one time we went early. What was it? Thursday, I think it was. We went early at like 2:00.
Yep.
Super early.
Test run to see what kind of participation, and we got a good participation.
Yeah, what did we have? Like 50 or 60 people in there? Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good turnout.
Plus, Virginia was riding along on her trip back to Washington, so it looked out good.
Where's Backwoods at? I got something to say about today. I don't know. Why do you need Backwoods to say it? Oh, are you talking about your grandfather? So, anyways, what's new in the news?
What's new in the news? Well, basically stuff I can't mention because this channel will get nuked.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah, I mean the censorship is off the rails, man.
Yeah.
I got talking with one of the nurses at the facility I work at, and in Ohio, I found out the minimum staffing ratio for Ohio is 50 patients to 1 RN. And I looked at her, I go, what? She goes, yeah, 50 people, 50 residents to 1 RN or 1 nurse. I go, that's insane.
The news I heard is ATF is planning on doubling their police force of firearms agents, and they don't do much in alcohol, tobacco, but they're over the next 5 years, ATF is planning on doubling the size of their agency if the Democrats stay in control.
Oh, they will with the cheating going on.
That's not good news for anybody. We were talking about the triple murder down in Polk County again. A guy killed 3 people with a baseball bat and a knife. No guns involved.
Oh.
Today, and Davenport, Florida, down in Grady Judge territory, so he's not happy about that.
Oh,
but
right
they
on.
got the guy.
Thank you.
trying to figure out what else is going on. I did, Ron. I put a link in private chat because I'm not on YouTube. We're not going to talk about it, but I think you should put it out there in the YouTube chat. Let people go to that site, copy.
It's not my fault. It looks like I'm pitching.
And we lost them.
Copy it, save it, send it, print it off. It is the latest report to the Pentagon, and it will the people that talk about the folks. This is the report that came out as of yesterday, right from that was presented to the Pentagon that shows the truth about some things, and it's a real deal. It's not no bull crap made up. This was a slide presentation that was done for the Department of Defense. So people need to get that, look at that. Go 17 slides that has technical data and share it with your friends.
Thank
Print
you.
out copies of it so it doesn't disappear. And I think you people, will enjoy what it says.
Oops.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can't talk about over here, but
Right.
that's
We
all right.
can disseminate information people can go look at
Yeah.
and make their own mind.
And honestly, Garrett, like I really don't give two craps about sports anymore. Not even college sports. So, all right, cool. Arkansas got whooped. Well, okay, big whoop. That doesn't impress me at all. These people are all overpaid. Well, I shouldn't say all of them are unpatriotic. There are some, but I don't even know if we could talk about that crap going on in New York.
I wouldn't. Anything related to that, your channel gets any hint of that. Your channel is.
It's in the news,
Struck.
that's the only bad thing. But it's hard not to talk about what's in the news. I mean, and keep it accurate. But just to say, we're going to pray for all those people that need hospital help in New York. If
Amen.
the National Guard are the ones coming in there to be the doctors and nurses, you be screwed.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, what's up, Doc Mac? And what's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc. What's up, Doc? I still have not gotten a call back from any of the doctors or nurses down at UT Southwestern about refilling my pain prescription medicine. And here it is. What's today? Saturday?
Yep, Saturday.
So pharmacy's not open tomorrow. So it's just like they just leave you out there on a limb.
Yeah. That sucks, dude. Like right now is a bad time to need health care. It just is. What's
Right
up,
now
Rob?
it's a bad time to need anything.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
What's up, Oddball? Oddball, they're filtering.
Oh, hey, Nicole.
Australia, they're filtering news. Oddball, that doesn't really surprise me because a lot of the news coming out of Australia is they're under authoritarian rule, but you've got a lot of civilians that are still pushing back against them. So, yeah, I'm not really that shocked that they're suppressing their news. What's up, Eddie James? Good to see you, brother. And
Hi,
may
Nicole.
cheers.
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Sorry I didn't see you. I was looking at that thing Moose Man sent me in the private chat. Yeah, Moose. Somebody mentioned if you're out of pain meds, have you looked into wild lettuce?
I don't have
Oh,
no wild lettuce around here, but I've got. I'm going to have to go back to my kratom.
Gotcha.
That as I hate to. I mean, I've been trying to save that for when there is absolutely nothing. But
Yeah. Speaking of pain, I forgot to take my.
and I'm experiencing with this surgical pain, it doesn't work. I mean, the hydrocodones they're giving me don't even really work good. They
You
take my
gotta.
pain level from about an 8 down to about a 2 or a 3. There's still pain there, but it's manageable. I can still get up and I can still, help Red around the house and go for walks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, when I used to get pain medicine, I didn't feel any pain. They don't give you the good stuff
Oh
anymore.
no! Thanks to the opioid crisis. Now the thing is about
Yeah.
with hydrocodone or any opioid, you got to make sure you're taking some stool softener because those things will bind you up hard.
yeah.
Well, I tried the stool softener and it tears my stomach up, so I go with the natural way.
Oh, there you go.
Cruise.
There you go.
And you know
There
what?
you
I
go.
do I do mine the natural way too. Twisted iced tea, man.
Yep,
I'll
yep.
tell you what. This keeps me regular too, man.
The twisted tea
I eat
keeps it
prunes and
regular
dates.
and yeah, keeps you regular and it helps numb the pain.
Yep.
Yep. And I love the instant peaches and cream oatmeal. That's quick to make in a microwave, and I buy those packages too. That's good survival food, actually,
Yeah.
because you only need it. It's got its own water measure right on the package. When you tear the top off, dump it in the bowl, measure the water
Yep.
right up to the line on the little package, dump it in there, stir it up, and throw it in the microwave. And I'm eating in about a minute,
And
I
bam.
guess, a
Yep.
minute, minute and a half. And
I always keep oatmeal on hand as well.
yeah, and that's good fiber for your diet. But I love the peaches and cream flavored one. Is one of my favorites. So I like to eat a lot of peaches.
Well, you're down in the Georgia way, what around thereabouts, ain't you? With
Oklahoma,
them Joe.
we have peaches
Oh,
here
oh,
too.
that's right. You're in Oklahoma. Never mind.
Yep, Oklahoma, where we grow a lot of okra. We've got peach farms near here, and it's been hard to get good peaches, though. They could pick these damn peaches raw. I mean, hard so they can ship them, and they don't get ripe good before they're already spoiling. I'm used
Yeah.
to a good juicy squeeze it fresh peach off the tree that you bite in and juice just runs all over your mouth. And you don't find that in the
Oh,
stores anymore.
oh,
I'll tell you.
I know. I know that,
I want
Moose.
to hold on. I want to address this. Um, the cargo ships off the west coast waiting to EMP strike us, followed up by invasion. Like highly unlikely, dude. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to
Yeah.
tell you, brother. Yeah, that is super unlikely.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
100 million armed patriots sitting waiting behind every blade of grass.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I get your email.
And actually, we
Now,
have
Moose.
enough guns to arm another 300 million people who want to fight. So
Yeah.
bring it on.
But ammo's a different story.
Not
Now, Moose,
here.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I know what you're saying about the peaches. I remember when I was a kid, my grandparents had a
A good,
peach tree,
a good
and
rifleman and 100 rounds of ammo. He should have at
oh,
least 50 targets out of 100. We'll give him
oh,
50%. So
yeah, my grandparents used to have a peach tree in the backyard, and I remember going over their house right before that peach tree just finally up and died. They would get peaches, and they would pick them. And you were right. You could as soon as you bite into it, those peaches, the juice would be running down your mouth, and it was like sweet as candy.
yeah,
And
love them.
it's a shame. My grandparents they lived through the Great Depression. both sides, my mom and dad's, and a lot of stuff that they went through, it's now falling upon deaf ears, especially with the Generation Z. The millennials, you can write them off, but Generation Z, some of them are picking it up, but they're not really there. But the Gen X, which I'm part of, we get it. You know, we've gone through the screwing over. You know, that's why
Right.
Dangerous, you're part of the Gen X crowd like me, right?
Uh, yeah,
Generation, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we've always been a bit cynical of how things operate and so forth. But yeah,
Well, I've gotten cynical
People
lately.
don't.
I wasn't for a long time. Okay, so my buddy Rob, New York Outcast, asked me to help post this out there. It's I'm not actually sure what they do on this randallsdisplay.com, but anyways, he asked me if I would post that. So there you go, Rob.
okay.
But I mean, I can't really shill for it because, like I said, I don't really know what it's all about. But um, you know,
Oh, it looks like a stand for your tools of the trade.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes in your magwell, and it looks like you can either have it wall mountable or sitting on like a desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I just hang on. I just
Open
use old
display.
guitar. I use old guitar hooks. You know, 'cause, I used to have guitars, and when my kids got into their teens, they were like, "Hey, I want to play guitar, Dad. Can I use your guitar?" I was like, "Sure." So then I've got an empty guitar mount there, and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I think the butt of my AR-15 will fit up there." Sure enough, it's right up there. But I always keep mine loaded. Everything in my house is loaded hot all the time.
Yeah. Hey,
I stack mine like the
Dangerous.
military does in racks, vertical, so you can stack more in a smaller space
Well,
instead of
you've
hanging them
got
sideways.
yeah.
Stack
Well,
them
you've
up.
got
No,
enough.
no, you don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I got a few.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
hey,
got a couple more than I do.
hey, Ron.
Well,
In
I've
the
only
chat,
been doing
Steve.
this since I was 17 years old, so I started at 17 collecting.
But
How old am I now? Oh, damn, that's 50, almost 48 years of collecting.
Staying high for life mentioned way back in the chat. Now, China sees us as an investment, bill collection. You know, they bought a bunch of land here. Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
I totally believe it.
they're growing a lot of they're growing a lot of pot here too to send back over to China to be processed into cheap CBD oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Probably
only
lace.
the only the only thing with that is like I keep saying, when 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 the government breaks down, which they're going to,
Yeah.
Americans are going to take our country back, and I don't care if Gil Bates owns the property or who owns the property. We will take it back by force if necessary. So,
It's
and
not who really owns it, it's who's protecting it. You know?
It's
I
only as good
mean,
as that piece of paper, and that piece of paper can become worthless overnight, just like our money can become worthless
yep.
overnight.
yep,
So my grandmother told me that happened quite a bit in the Great Depression.
people taking over properties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oddball. They're still going to have Knob Creek shoot one more time. This will be the last Knob Creek, Kentucky machine gun shoot. But there's still ammo out there that's affordable, and ammo prices are actually coming down. I've seen 9mm now for 19.99 a box. I've seen 7.62 by 39 for about 40 cents a round. So There's still, but a lot of people have these guys with machine guns. If they've got a machine gun, they
They,
have lots of ammo that they have bought and stockpiled crates
Hmm.
full of stuff. I know one guy in particular that has a minigun mounted on a armored personnel carrier that he used to take to the Florida shoots down in Hernando County, and he would shoot thousands and thousands of rounds out of that for demonstrating. You could pay him to shoot so many rounds, he would load up to shoot that minigun for about 3 or 4 seconds. Uh, but I asked him when I talked to him. I said, "How much ammo do you got?" He says, "I got a warehouse full." He bought like 200, 300,000 rounds of ammunition at a time, and he filled up a warehouse full. So these are rich guys that can play. They don't care what the price is.
Nope. Cook County. Where is Cook County? I don't even. Cook County.
Cook County,
Okay.
Illinois, them dirty bastards. Yep, I know
oh, that's
all about
Chicago.
Cook County, Illinois.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I noticed that too because like when I buy like my shotgun round and stuff like that online, they'll be like, well, if you live in these states, and they listed off like 5 states, then they can't ship to you. They have to send it to the FFL, and then you have to go buy it that way. Um, Fortunately, I live in one of the free states down here in Arizona. Woo! Arizona pride, baby.
Yeah. Hey, Ron. Staying high for life. It's. I think this is a topic to be brought up on the After Dark show. He mentioned a little bit. It's not if, it's when. They're waiting for America to fight. Then Russia and China will swoop in like a savior. Yeah,
Um,
I think that's a topic for the After Dark. I don't know
yeah,
about you.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I don't see
yeah.
Russia. I mean, I'm not saying that I trust Russia, but um, all I can say is that I do remember that Putin came out not very long ago and said, "America, don't give up your guns." So I really don't think that Russia is going to be too much involved in anything like that.
No, no. They're just going to sit back and eat their popcorn and watching the fireworks.
Right. That's just like this thing Biden doing, stopping the ammo imports from Russia. It wasn't to hurt Russia because some guy supposedly got poisoned in Germany who was a Russian dissident. That wasn't to hurt Russia or, what Joe Biden
America.
did. It was to hurt the American gun owner. That was
Yep.
it. So,
Hmm.
we're on to them. We didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday.
Nope.
I was
We
born
never
tonight,
got
so it
on
wasn't
the
last
turnip.
night.
We just never got on that damn turnip truck.
Or the
Yep.
boxcar yet.
Yeah, or the oh, I mean, well, they'll have to stack my dead body in there. That's the only way I'm getting on one. But
Yeah,
Yep.
I know.
Oh, and
Some
I
federal agents are probably saying, "Oh, really, Dangerous Frieden? Hey guys, hold my beer." They're
right.
yeah.
itching. They're itching. They so want the green light, like that one staff sergeant in the army with the purple hair. She goes, "That gun's pointed at you."
Oh, yeah, and I actually, they made a short clip of it, but then if you go back and watch the full clip of it, it doesn't change your mind a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of what you're saying. They added the entire conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like a minute and 18 seconds, but they always shorten it down so it's just the bad parts, and like the
mhm,
media does.
yeah. But
They always shorten it down and just take, the parts that they can sit there and make make their own commentary on and
yeah. But
stuff
then
like that.
They
again,
did that to
she's still,
45.
huh?
They clipped out what they wanted, certain little sections, and left out the before and after to make it look like he said one thing when he didn't. But yeah,
She.
that's media manipulation and propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if you really watch the entire almost 2 minutes worth. The staff sergeant was responding to this one Karen, if you will, and the Karen starts off. Then the staff sergeant chimes in, but you look and really listen. You look at what she says, you listen to how she says it, and then you watch her facial expressions. You know, you do those three things. No, basically, even if you cut out just what she said.
Yep.
Yeah.
It did. It didn't change my mind at all.
Oh,
about
no.
What she...
No. So I'm just wondering if she's still.
That lieutenant colonel that was jailed for speaking out against our withdrawal in Afghanistan, Congress has stepped forward and demanded him to be released from jail. Congress has stepped forward and demanded he be released from jail.
Yeah.
For free speech.
Yeah. And
if y'all haven't checked out the new Tom McDonald video, America, he talks about that cancel culture is taking over the First Amendment, and like I said, man, you know, I'm not a big fan of rap or anything like that, but man, the stuff he's talking about is just spot on. Like,
he's getting a message out there, irregardless of the form. He's getting a message out there.
Yes, he is, and he is almost 2.5 million strong now, which is good. And he believes in our Second Amendment too, which is good.
So, let me see what's going on in the chat. Major Green giving him. Oh, Oddball saying heard Majorly Marjorie Taylor Greene maybe giving him a job. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's up, Patrick Lee?
I met that lieutenant colonel. I think I met that Marine lieutenant colonel in Alaska years ago. He looks familiar to me because I used to hang out in the gun store in Anchorage where all the military guys came. Because it was a bunch of the guys stationed at Elmendorf and Fort Richardson. There was a family there that the dad owned. They were in the military, and their dad owned the gun store. So he'd give all the active military guys discounts on ammo and guns and whatever. And I used to be in there with a buddy of mine when I'd go in and stay in Anchorage, and we'd hang out there for hours at a time. And I got to meet a lot of the soldiers. And that lieutenant colonel looks, I believe I met him in Anchorage at Gun Traders on Muldoon. I met a lot of soldiers there, but he just stuck out to me because we didn't often get a lieutenant colonel in the store. But if it is, my hat's off to you, Colonel.
I'll be right back.
Somebody's got some balls. Anyway, folks, I'm doing as good as I can. I'm still in pain, but I'm fighting and trying to get these doctors to figure out what they're going to do for me. I'm hanging in there, and thanks again, everybody, for keeping me in your thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it. I feel the love out there, and I just wish I could get Nicole Double D to come be my personal nurse, but I know that ain't happening, but a man can dream.
Hey, Moose, did they have to cut any muscular tissue to get to the surgical area?
Yeah, they cut a lot out. The prostate, the vas deferens, muscular tissue, and the lymph nodes and surrounding tissues, and then sealed off the pipes going into my hoo-haws. And yeah,
man. Oh, dude.
And they pulled that all out of a slit in my stomach about that wide. They made a slit in my stomach and pulled all that stuff out of. I've got
Oh,
like
jeez.
5 holes from the robots. But
Oh, that's good. You'd be in much worse condition if they went in the old traditionally where the doctor slices you open and reaches in and pulls that shit out. Oh,
well, they did
good
that
that you
in
get.
April to me. They did that in April
Oh
to me. They
shit!
split me like a
Yeah,
salmon
yeah,
and
yeah.
did a 8-inch colon resection. And when they were
Oh,
supposed to be doing the prostate surgery, they had to abort the prostate surgery and do the colon resection. They wouldn't do them both at once, which I wish they had. They said they couldn't do it; it was too dangerous. I don't see why, but anyway, yeah. So I've had 2 major surgeries now. One in April 2nd, and then one on September 14th. So my belly
Oh,
looks like
okay.
Frankenstein was here.
That's a good question, Nicole. If there's anybody in chat that knows about what she can do to talk about work and about the mandate, anybody that knows the laws and rules, um, you know, a good place to ask about that, Nicole D, would be the our
our
syndicate.
syndicate.
That
Um,
that would be the place you want. Did you have that link available, Ron?
yes,
I mean,
I do. Just give me a second. Give me a
okay,
second. Let's
yeah,
see.
just post that in
That
the chat there.
that link I put in there earlier, she needs to make a copy
And we lost him.
report. That that latest Pentagon report, Nicole D needs to make copies of that, print it off, those 17 slides, and hand that to her bosses at work to see the latest Pentagon report on what's going on.
And you could tell them
It might change some
Dangerous
minds.
Freedom and Ron Stryker sent you.
Yeah, actually,
Because
that's a good suggestion. I'm gonna have to get a hold of John and see who he knows personally, or Jolene,
yeah.
and or even Uman, and find out who they know of the R Syndicate that they can send me personally, or have somebody in the R Syndicate get hold of me personally.
They do, yeah,
I
because
just
I know they have lawyers in there.
yeah.
And people, somebody asked me the other night, it's like, why aren't you linked up to the R Syndicate? And it's like, well, because I'm not really a prepping channel. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
other
you're
than
just a free form, live streaming.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Um,
mean, but like seriously, when I watch John, it's like, dude, we're cut from the same cloth. It's
oh
just
yeah.
he got the bigger cut.
Well, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's big, but
He's a big boy.
yeah, he is. But he's awesome, dude. That's the
Yeah.
prepared mind for
Yes.
y'all, and he's got his own. Actually, he's got 4 YouTube channels because they like, well, like all of us, they like to take him down. So
Hey Nicole, what part of the country you in? I hope she's not in New York. I just hope she's not in New York.
I don't think.
I think Nicole's in Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah,
Okay.
she's not that far north.
Healthcare senior living nurse assistant. Yep.
Yeah, you
Colorado.
called it.
Colorado. Okay. Oh, you're so Nicole, you're STNA then, right?
Shipwreck, you're terrible, man.
Oh, dude.
Come on, you don't
No,
do. Come
man.
on, don't do that to cats, man. That's cruel. That's unusual.
Cats keep the mice and rats around your property away that will get in your vehicles and chew the wiring up. I found out. I let the feral cats stay out here and eat all they want because I've had so much damage to vehicles.
Okay. She's a nursing assistant.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they'll get up. Yeah, they'll get up in your wiring harnesses and chew right through it.
They
Yep.
chew hoses.
Yeah.
I found out wires now are made of soy-based insulation. They
Yeah.
go after that soy-based insulation and eat it, and it's, oh my God, the damage they did to my vehicle.
Good grief, soy
Oh
based.
yeah.
What the-
Yeah,
Yep.
it's cheaper
Soy-based
than
insulation,
vinyl.
plastic.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
you got to have this biodegradable bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Everything's
okay.
biodegradable after 1,000 years.
Oh, shipwreck. He ain't gonna hurt the cats. The cats are probably gonna kick his ass. He needs to toughen up.
No, that's the only thing my dog is afraid of is cats. Them cats, went after his eyes and his nose with them claws when he
Oh,
was a puppy. And my cat,
dude, have you
my
ever
dog
seen
don't
you
mess
ever
with
seen the video where a bear comes walking up and the cat jumps out of a bush and literally scares
Yeah.
the bear off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Well, and on a good
Yeah,
note, we
Nicole,
finally
I
got
don't-
our.
Yeah,
Go
Nicole,
ahead.
I don't know the laws for Colorado. Wish I did.
But they might, like I said, go to the R Syndicate. There might be somebody from Colorado that is studied up on the law there. So, there are people from all over there, man. It's like a prepper slash patriot hub, and so you can pose your question there, and you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole, get a
I wonder
hold.
if Nicole.
Hey, Ron, does Nicole has she ever emailed you?
Yeah, I've got her email.
Okay, Nicole, email Ron and get my email address, and you and I can talk. Because I'm an STNA too in Ohio.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure if I've
Cool.
got Nicole's email or not, but Nicole, you can email me as well, and I may have something that you can that will help you out too. I got a website that I've turned other people onto. If you've had the disease and lived through it, there's a good chance you qualify now.
Yeah, Tony. Actually, I am until I laugh. When I laugh, then that's usually when I end up coughing. So just don't make
Okay.
me laugh.
Yeah, Doc Mac.
Yeah, everything I do,
I'm-
I pee now.
I told
Doc,
you not to make me laugh.
I'm tested twice a week at my facility because apparently we had a few residents pop positive and a couple of employees pop positive. So that sucks. So twice a week I get that
Have y'all seen the
swab
new device?
shoved up my nose and my brains get scrambled. Even more so.
We saw a video last night of a device they've developed for the military that they can inject under the skin in this gel substance, and it's got a little green unit that they put on there with it, and they can actually scan that and tell if you're infected or not. And it takes just like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not
be
trusting
doing some
anything from the
research on
government.
this. I'm gonna do some
not
research on this. I got the name of the company that's doing this, but it's not like a tracking device or anything. It's a medical monitor that they put under your skin so that they can tell quicker who might be infected and quarantine them fast. In other words, to slow down the
There you
spread.
go, Ron. It's in the private chat.
All right, thank you, sir.
No
All right,
problem.
Nicole, I'm going to send you an email. Let's see. No, Moose, I don't trust anything from the government, especially something that's injected into me, especially under the skin.
Well, I know, but they have the same thing for people with diabetes and insulin pumps. They have a similar device, and that's what this is.
Well, it's not implant.
Shipwreck. I do have it. Actually, that is one that I have not opened up yet, and I keep it that way because when I open it, I'm gonna end up saving not only your email and your phone number, address, all that. But I'll respond then. I bet, like, seriously, I'm getting a lot of freaking orders for the survival bracelets now, and like, just I'm getting a lot of emails. That's all I could say. It's hard for me to get back to everybody. So, but I do have it saved, Shipwreck. I haven't forgotten about you, brother.
Okay, Nicole, I just
Ron,
sent you an email.
Ron, I was talking about, I have a friend that had diabetes so bad they had to implant on his side an insulin pump and a monitoring thing in him that he has to monitor every hour his insulin, and they've got a device in him that monitors his blood, and then he can hit that pump and give him a shot of insulin when he needs to. But they've got the device. He's a military guy, and they give him that device, and he wears an insulin charge unit is attached to his body basically 24
Yep.
hours a day to keep him
Believe
alive.
it or not, I actually worked in a facility that's what they did was they made those when they would check you every so often, and if your blood sugar got too low, it would automatically inject you.
Yeah.
I actually worked in a factory making and God, talk about a fucking sweatshop, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I worked there for like a month and a half, and I mean, I'm not trying to be racist here, but like the majority of the people in there were all Spanish, Mexicans, and like you get a white boy in there, they treated me horribly. Like seriously, it's like I didn't even like being there. One day
Yeah.
one day I finally got a call. It's like, hey, because I was looking for other work, of course, because I hated that job. And I get a call. It's like, hey, well, this job will pay you, $3, actually $3.50 more, and it's a lot closer to your house. And it happened to be a place that my mom worked at for like she retired. She got a retirement from these people, SDI, Safety Devices Incorporated. And so it's like I go in there and they're like, Carter, oh, that sounds familiar. I was like, well, yeah, my mom worked here for 15, 20 years. And so, anyways, but like they put me in shipping, and well, I bumped up the chain fast, dude, fast. Like 6 months,
Good.
I was already lead man. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I heard
No, a buddy of mine
there's a
actually.
shortage of maintenance personnel that for like these apartment complexes and stuff, and especially ones that are like Section 8 housing run by these bigger corporations. They're looking for good maintenance people, and they pay like $16 an hour to start, plus a 401k, paid vacations, and medical insurance and all. And they're having trouble finding people that are smart enough to be able to do building maintenance. Change locks, fix furnaces, sinks, change out plumbing. They can't find skilled people because they don't
Yeah.
teach that shit anymore. In a lot of places.
Yeah. Yeah, they're replacing the plumbing. I'm not really good with the plumbing. I always did the rough carpentry stuff. That's more my skill set. Now, I can do finish carpentry, but like I said, when it comes to like plumbing and wiring and stuff like that, I've just got like the basic knowledge of that stuff. Like if I had to change out my garbage disposal, I could do that, and it
Right.
doesn't. It takes me like
If
15, 20 minutes. But
if you're one of those guys, that can look at something that's already assembled, say like a sink faucet, and you can understand you got to turn off the valves, unscrew the nuts, unscrew the top nuts, and pull the faucet out, put the new one in with the new hoses, put it back together. turn it on and check for leaks. If you can do that, that's basically what a maintenance man does. It's
Yeah.
already been done there for you, so you just
Oh,
gotta
okay.
take it apart, put
I,
it back together,
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done that probably a dozen times. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Or
and
if
changing a door lock or putting on a
Yeah.
screen door. You can do stuff like that.
or
Well,
patching a hole
you,
or
you
patching a
know what
hole in drywall.
you know what I did? I've done that quite a few times too. What I
I've done
do is
drywall.
on my door. Well, I've got one wood frame door, and so I took out the little 1.5 inch screws that they had. I put in the heavier duty deck screws, 3.5 inches, and and same with my deadbolt. It's like good luck trying to kick that thing in.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I've been in up north. I've dealt with door jams that had like the 3.5 inch deck screws. No, it doesn't phase them. I mean, they will bust. I mean, the door itself will give,
Yeah,
the 2x4s alongside of that door jam will break apart. What you need is, or like say, here's the socket where the deadbolt goes in.
mhm.
The backside of the wood will just rip off. What you need is reinforced steel. What my dad did when he owned rental property, he took a piece of angle iron, and this is something else that the thieves were doing. They would take a hydraulic jack, put a bar on it, and it'd go
Yeah,
from one side, and
push
they
it
would just
down.
jack it up and pop the jam, and they just push the door right open.
Yeah.
Because a smashed
They
door
hook,
is a dead giveaway.
they
And
hooked up to my
shipwreck.
door in Alaska. They
I
hooked up to my steel
I
door in Alaska and ripped out the pump part of the wall when they pulled it
Yeah,
and broke it open. And
yeah.
I had 6 or 8 inch lag screws and heavy deck screws going through double 2x4s, and they actually physically broke the wall, ripping that door open. Jams came
Well,
off.
shipwreck. You're
Shit just
younger than I am, dude. At my age, dude. Like seriously, I used to walk. I used to run the peak when we would set trusses shipwreck. But like at my age now, if I fell from even an 8 foot wall, I'd probably end up breaking something. Just
yeah.
it is what it
yeah.
is. It's part of getting old, brother. But yeah.
And Moose
So
can
Yeah.
attest, getting old sucks.
I
yeah,
can
like
attest
you.
to that shit.
Well, I think we all can. A lot of old farts in this room.
Yeah, but I'm the oldest so far.
Yeah,
There's one guy was in
yeah.
here the other night that was a little older than me, so I didn't feel so bad now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, on my After Dark channel, especially, we get a lot of. Well, I would say probably the average age range in the chat is anywhere between 35 to 55 or 60. But yeah, once in a while we get a couple of 70-year-olds in there, you know.
You know what I
So
can't believe, Ron, is all these available, beautiful women. Where the hell were they when I needed one?
you've already got one. What do you need another
Well, I
one
do
for?
now, but when I needed one, 10, 12 years ago, where were all these lonely, available women that wanted a nice, great guy to take care of them, knew how to fix shit?
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
Hawk.
They were,
Oh my God. What's up, Hawk?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man. Should I send him the link? We've only been on an hour. I think I'm going to send Hawk the link. Hawk, you want to come
Yeah.
up here, brother? I'm pretty sure I've got your email.
is the dog having pups yet? I haven't been keeping track.
Nah,
I slept over.
well, as of last night, they weren't.
Damn. You better get
Yeah.
down there and massage that swollen cooter a bit and get them puppies to come out.
Um, well, you can't rush perfection.
That's not what
All
she
right,
said.
all right. Hawk, Go ahead, check your email.
It's 10 o'clock where I'm at, Ron. I'm going to have to bounce, brother. I got
All right.
assignments to finish. Sorry. But
Hey,
yeah,
no
Nicole.
No problem.
Yeah,
Me and Moose got this. Not to mention, Hawk
Yeah.
might come up here. I
yeah,
should probably send a link to Zach, but I haven't seen Zach in the chat. So
yeah.
He might-
Actually, I got.
Good to see you, Ron. And Ron, if there's anything you ever need, parts wise or anything else, give me a try first if you're looking for stuff, because I've got tons of stuff that I'm eventually going to have to start liquidating here. And I've got
Yeah.
a whole gunsmithing shop full of stuff and parts and pieces. If I got it, I'm going to sell it cheap to my friends and fix them up, because I just got too much stuff. And I'm seeing
Gotcha.
now it's time to start downsizing. So
Yeah, you're not young enough to carry it all. Right?
So I got stuff that
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
know.
you wouldn't believe.
there's a little
Well, I
bit
mean,
big.
Yeah, you showed me
I've
some of those
got-
toys
I've
last
got-
time.
Tennessee.
So,
I'm sorry about that, brother. It's like that's the thing about these bracelets. It's like, it's like, how big does it really need to be? Now, if I put it around my wrist, it'll fit around a lot of women's wrists. But then you get guys like Moose or Ron on here, it's like, what am I trying to cut off my circulation? So I'm sorry if it's a little bit big, but
hey, Tennessee, just eat a bunch more fried chicken. You'll grow into that bracelet.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
all right, Ron,
All right.
take care, man.
Take care, Ron. Good to see you, brother.
Hawk,
Hey, Hawk.
how are you doing, brother?
Tired as all get out. No sleep. She decided she was nesting on my bed all night long. And so I'm trying to catch a nap here and there when I can. And Jess is when she's cooking, I gotta keep an eye on the dog, see what happens and when. But she needs to get this over with soon.
Yeah, what is
Spit them puppies
it?
out.
She's already been in labor, 48 hours or
Yeah,
longer?
Coming up on 72 hours now. So,
Jeez Louise.
yeah.
That's not good.
No,
That's
and
unusual for a
the
dog.
sad thing
Up
is,
Up until the plug comes, they can, the plug looses. They can be in labor up to a week. So
man, oh man. And the sad part is she's already lost her first litter. So
this one's going to be born, no doubt about it. It's and them pups is moving around in there already. Trust me, they be moving. Oh yeah,
okay.
they be moving. You can get her lay down and put your hand on her belly, and you can feel them. You can feel them wiggling around in there. So yeah, it's just the when part, and then how long it's going to take to get them all out of there. Because her first litter 3 years ago. Let's see, she was 3 years old at the time. I wasn't even going to attempt to breed either of the two sisters before that. But it was a puppy every 45 minutes to an hour. And that went on for 13 to 14 hours. Cuvée had them about every 20 to 25 minutes. The fastest one was Lucy, because hell, she shot out the first two pups in less than 10 minutes, and then at the 20-minute mark had a third. So each dog is a little bit different, but I have a feeling that she's going to be at that 40-minute mark, because she just seems to be wanting to take her time, but she done tore up another blanket nesting, because she tried to make an area as comfortable as possible, although she knows damn well that that's not where she's going to be having her puppies at, because you ain't having no puppies on the couch, it's just not going to happen,
Yeah,
and,
no doubt. And Tennessee, Man, I am sorry to hear about that, brother. I mean, we've already heard the rumors that, yeah, the military has to take the vacation, and any employer with over 100 employees has to mandate the vacation.
Or daily testing, or testing. They haven't.
There's a
set
there's a
that
couple of
stone yet. They can
businesses in
still do
Oregon paying their employees not to get it.
Really?
Yep. Yep. And they definitely got more than 100 employees.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. Tennessee. Happy birthday, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, it's my birthday. Wow.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
55th.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Happy
dear.
birthday, Tennessee.
Oh,
Happy
him. Yeah. Happy birthday to him.
May you have many more.
Your dog had her puppies on my waterbed. Oh, yeah. Nice, warm. That's a great way to try and collect puppies.
Grief. Told you. Don't make me laugh.
Yeah. Working for the government ain't fun.
No.
It's really not. And honestly, I don't think that a lot of people who work for the government realized what they were getting into when they did get into it, and have discovered that they're really not happy about being there. And the thing is you should love what you're doing. You really should. Yeah.
Right.
Right on, Link. Yeah, mine have the recessive gene to produce solid white puppies. So we had two in our last litter. We ended up losing one of them though because we couldn't get the amniotic fluid out of the lungs. I got a machine for it this time though, so that's not going to happen. I got it all set up and everything, so no chances.
So I'm guessing that means you're not going to take their vacation. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm telling you, like I was saying, my dad, my stepmom, and both of my kids went out and got the vacation. But yeah, me and my mom, my stepdad, and my sister are the holdouts. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, huh?
We got to hold out. We got to hold out with especially with that new link that I told you to put out in chat for everybody to copy and make copies and send to their friends. With that new information that was given to the Pentagon yesterday, there's your proof right there. That is an important slideshow, 17 pages of documentation. And it didn't come from some bullshit source.
Yeah, I'll put it back in the chat. We still got a few people.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Here, I'm about to repost it, Hawk.
The link's in private chat.
You could just go to the private chat, actually, but
private chat's blank for me. I came in late, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
I can put it in private chat again.
There you go.
There it is. I put it in private chat for you.
And I can. Let's see. Where'd it go? Oh, I hadn't posted. There it is. All right. I'll just go ahead and pin it up top. I don't care. So there you go.
All right, get my glasses on here. Let's see what this thing says.
It's not fake information. It's U.S. government approved.
Hey, Deb.
If YouTube has a problem with that, they're a bunch of they're a bunch of dumbasses that better start paying attention to
Well,
what
they
the
are
hell
a
is
bunch of
going on.
dumbasses, and
Yeah, come on, man.
I know.
think about who you're talking about, man. They want to do anything to suppress anything that goes against their theory or their agenda.
Yeah, but they're
They
not
work.
medical professionals. They're a goddamn bunch of computer geeks. So that's what I got to say to them.
There we go.
We're gonna sick Zach on them.
Save as PDF. That's what I want right there. And put that right there. There we go. All right.
Maybe something you can put on your channel tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's a good cause to take down my whole channel. What the hell? Why not?
Right? Why not? They've already taken down
It was-
7 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. It was shown at the Pentagon, so it's this is a valid corporate research project, medical research that was done, and these are the results. You can't deny the proof. Speaking of proof, where's my buddy Topspin tonight? I haven't seen Topspin.
No, he
He's
might
grilling
be.
them filet mignons.
What's up, Cat's Meow? Well, let me guess. You saw the thumbnail and had to pop in here. Well, I happen to be. Yeah, I've
We're all
got.
cat lovers.
Yeah,
No, I actually got a notice this time.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got a notice telling me that you were live. Yeah.
Oh,
It
cool.
was, yeah, that's actually the first time that I've ever gotten a notice for this channel.
Right on. And this is the only channel that I've got that's monetized. So.
And that's right.
So
folks. If you
that's
like
why-
what
that's
you
why
see,
I
hit
got-
that like button. And
Oh, yeah,
and
like,
hit that
share,
ring the
subscribe.
bell, and donate some money to Dangerous Freedom here so we can keep this going.
Yeah, and not to mention, like I said, I'm starting my own little business here, making jewelry out of
Since
paracord.
Jeremy the Pitchman's not here, so
Nah, he's at
I'll have
work.
to do it for him.
If I were a rich man. Deedle 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 dum.
You got one, okay.
No
All right, so
problem.
obviously they
I
haven't.
never wanted to be
completely-
rich.
And I
never
don't
wanted
need
to be rich. I just wanted to be comfortable.
Exactly. Yep, that's what I'm saying. You know, if I can make a couple $100 a month, that's pretty much all I really need to cover my bills. So.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
Well, but you've got a much bigger plot of land.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Oh, by the way, I did go ahead and padlock both of my gates. So yeah, if these inspectors want to try and check my backyard, they might be facing a barrel of a 12 gauge. So it's like, get off my land. The hell, this ain't your land. It's like, I pay for it. I own it. Renter's rights. I know my rights. Trust me, I know them very well.
You own access to it. You don't own the land. You own access to it.
Well, in this case, they're not even allowed access. They don't need to come in my backyard. They can walk around my front yard.
They can't just come in your
all day long.
house. They can't just come in your house, and they can't just do anything they want, even if they own the house. There is legal procedures that have to be followed.
Yeah. And actually, all they own is the land. We own the house.
Yeah.
So. You know, I hope so,
But
Deb.
by now,
I really hope so.
as long as it's there and you've been paying rent, you could have already owned a piece of property of your own that trailer would be sitting on after paying rent.
Man, I know. I know, but you know what? I didn't think that far ahead. Hell, I didn't even start being a prepper until about 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. So, yeah, if I would have thought ahead and like, you know what, I need to get my own house and do this and that.
Some of us didn't plan to live this long.
Well, there were plenty of times I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it to 25, but you know, here I am almost 40, almost 20 years, 25 years later.
Yeah. I'm on my second and third attempt to cheat death right now. So I've cheated it once. That death sentence the doctors gave me,
you're not gonna cheat death. You're just gonna whip its ass.
I'm gonna cheat it for as long as I can. I know death is in vegetables. I mean, but yeah, it's eventually gonna come. Nobody gets out of this planet alive unless I happen to be here when Jesus shows up, and I'm hoping. But that's another story.
When you trade liberty for safety, you end up losing both.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Amen. I love that saying. I love a lot of those.
I saw something today that kind of struck home, and I never thought about it until I saw this sentence that was written in an article today, that the socialist agenda is to control the healthcare, the food, and the power infrastructure of like the electricity and that. And it's also to control the communications. Those four things, the healthcare, the food, the power, and the communications, is what the socialist agenda is to control, and the Marxist agenda is to control. They figure with those under control, they can control everybody.
Yeah, they can think that, but then again, there's a lot of us out here that are like, well, you don't control the guns, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people off grid. I've got a lot of friends that just they go off solar. You know what I mean? Or they just old school it. You know what I mean? If it's cold, you start a fire. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they forget. There's a lot of people that haven't forgotten our past. And that's a big problem. Is if they control the schools, then they control the history and what's taught in them. You know, it's why we call schools indoctrination centers now.
Well, they're trying to control the youth for the future generations and make them. They're stupid. They're stupid now. I mean, a kid graduates high school now. He's lucky to be able to read and write, and he sure as hell can't do math. They've dumbed these kids down, and that's
in some places.
Because
in some places now, like I said, you know, with my oldest boy, he just turned 21, but when he graduated, he already was certified for HVAC, already had a job. Now he's got his own company truck. I mean, he's doing well for himself.
Right.
Now, and he's not getting rich yet, but at the same time, he's you know, he makes enough money to where he can.
What about 75% of his classmates? Where's 75% of his classmates? Are them the guys just walking around with a cell phone playing games all day, living in their mom's basements? Or
That's a good
did
question.
they get out and they get trades and stuff?
He came over, or he came home yesterday with a doozy. He's like, so I was out on the service call, and I had to go up on the roof to check the AC unit. And so he's up on the roof, and this woman just got home from work, and first thing she did was put on a bikini and go out to the pool. And then when she gets to the pool, she takes off her bikini. And my son is just like, I was just like, wow. And I'm like, dude, yeah, welcome, welcome to being private Leo. Jeez. Yeah, some women are open like that, you know. Some people,
We
I
call
don't
that,
care.
in my job, we call that fringe benefits.
Yep, no doubt, right? Like, hey, if she wants to show off her titties, go for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well, I could tell you some
it was
stories when
just
I
funny
worked for a
because
plumber down in Florida.
it was the first time. It's the first time he'd ever been on a call quite like that. Although he also told me, God, it must have been almost a year ago. He went over because he gets a lot of calls in rich neighborhoods, and he walked in there and there were two guys, you know, and you know they're sitting there and they're kind of, you know, I don't know, they were drinking, but they were talking, and like one of the guys said, you know what, your wife is hot. And he's like, "Oh yeah, do you want to bang her?" And Ronnie was like, "Really? What the hell? What?" Like, it's like, yeah, Ronnie, there are some wild people out there. There's, I guess you call them swingers, but yeah, they're out there. I just thought it was funny because he'd never heard talk like that before, and just like the chick the other day, you know, wow, she just like stripped in front
Yeah.
of me, and I was like, well.
I told him, I'll never forget the time I told the guy I went to school with that his sister was hot and beautiful, and he punched me in the face and knocked me on the ground.
Well, I raised my kids a little bit better than that, but
She was hot though. She drove a red Corvette. Never forget her, blonde, beautiful girl. I just told him, "Hey, your sister is hot. She's beautiful." And man, he punched me and laid me out on the ground.
only time I've ever been knocked out was when I was making out with a married woman. I learned that lesson very young. Don't mess around with married women.
Yeah,
You know, and it's not completely my fault because you know, she worked at the same Safeway. I was, the backdoor man, and she was the
backdoor man.
florist. I was in charge of receiving. So she was the florist, but what
Oh,
we would
now you were
do,
receiving in the back door. Now that don't sound
but
good, Ron. You were
anyways,
receiving in the
well,
back door. Okay.
what we would do is like, you know, there would be like 4 or 5 of us that would get off at basically the same time, like 6 o'clock in the morning. And what we would do is we would just get together. And back then we were, you know, kind of that kind of crowd. And so we would go tubing down the Salt River. And anyways, so we're tubing down there, and man, she just kept telling me, "Oh, my husband doesn't care. You know, I've had 2 kids, and he just doesn't, you know, pay attention to any of us or pay attention to me anymore." And you know, I mean, gave me the typical, you know, married woman spiel. And you know, so we're making out under a tree one time after we got to the bottom of the river, and yeah, we were making out. Next thing I know, all I hear is this chuck 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 in the rocks, and I turn at the last minute, and then bam, and I went to the ground, blacked out for about a minute, and then I get up and I'm like, what the hell? And I see him and her walking off, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, that was a mistake. But like I said, I learned it at a young age. Yeah, don't mess around with
Don't
don't mess around with married
don't
people.
don't monkey around with another monkey's monkey.
Yeah, check
Yeah,
my email. Okay.
that's right. Unscrupulous. You must have hung around the same crowd I did. And that was one of our favorite sayings.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, that's fine, Nicole. That is totally fine, and thank you. I appreciate that. Nicole Double D just made a donation, so
Oh, nice of her.
yeah, very sweet. She still hasn't shown me. Never mind. We'll save that for after dark. There are other ways to pay me, Nicole.
Don't you be messing with my Nicole now. That's part of my harem. I'm the
That
old
girl
bull
knows
moose.
kung fu and 6 other Chinese words, and don't
I know,
make her
right?
open a can of kung fu whoop ass on you.
And technically, is it your harem? I think it's Zach's harem because when I get Zach on here, like seriously, I don't know what is, man. All women love Zach. Um, I mean, I think he's a great guy. I call him brother, but yeah, the women seem to really dig him. So
Yeah, Zach's cool.
you lived in Arizona
Zach
since I
isn't
was
a threat. Zach isn't a threat.
9.
Zach is a non-threatening human being.
Dug in ground home when cold house. Oh, oh, so you still live out here? I'm down in Mesa, brother. Like I live in the Dust Bowl part. You know what I mean? Out there, AJ. Like I'm right on the outskirts of AJ Mesa, East Mesa, AJ area. So it's like if I had to bug out, I could be out in the middle of the desert in 25, 35 minutes. But no, I get what you're saying. And right now, it's already cooling down. We didn't even break 90 degrees today, I don't think. So the weather's already cooling down. My AC isn't having to run 24/7, um, which is great because then the power bill is going to go down under 100, which is going to lower my cost of living. And yeah, so not to mention it makes just everything nicer. If you're like in the anywhere in the 60s to 80s category down here, that's the comfortable area. Once in a blue moon, it'll dip down in the like mid 30s, and those are cold mornings. Those are the mornings you have to put on, kind of a thick coat. But yeah, by afternoon, it's already warmed up. Hell, most of our Christmases out here, by 8 o'clock, it's already like 75 degrees. So,
I gotta hop off here. I gotta go cook a bunch of potatoes and stuff for dinner. Um, thanks for having me. I'll see you on after dark later on. As long as we aren't delivering puppies by then. So,
got you, brother.
all right,
All
guys.
right,
All right, be good.
Yep, never. Uh-oh. I think Moose Man had to go change his diaper. I'm so terrible. That does suck, though, man. That does suck. Well, Red Dog, I hope you weren't listening.
What was that?
I said, I hope you weren't listening. And
What, I had to go?
yeah, if you get cold, you can always put on layers. But if you can't, well, and see, Red Dog, that's just it, man. I'll tell you what. After years and years of framing houses, and I've been in climates that were cold. I've been in Washington. I've lived in Washington. I've stayed in Florida. I've stayed in Virginia. Um, I prefer the heat. I just do. Um, and everybody's like, "Oh, what about the humidity?" It's like, I got no problem with the humidity. I sweat. Then the wind hits you, boom, automatically cooling down. So
we're going into fall now nicely. We've got about a 20 to 25 degree temperature drop here, so it's going to be over the next few weeks. It's going to be kind of a lot more comfortable and cool at night, which will make it less air conditioner needed and stuff. And but usually it'll last about 3 weeks. Then we got to start running the heater at night. So.
Yeah. What kind of heat do you run? Do you, propane?
No, I've got a air conditioner heat pump unit, and then if it gets below 30 or 32 degrees, it's got an electric heating element in the central air unit that adds electric heat to that the heat pump can't take care of. And then we've got a wood stove too as backup. Got to have a wood stove.
Oh yeah,
I've had a wood
I've got
stove
one.
in every place I ever lived. I've had a wood stove since 1976.
Yeah, I can't quite see it. Yeah, even I've got one. I haven't had to use it in like 2 years. So when I go back to use it, I'm going to have to get up on the roof and look down the chimney and make sure it's not all clogged up. But
Yep. Watch out for dirt dauber nests and all that stuff you got to take out of them.
we actually got a bird caught in there one time. Luckily,
Oh,
I had
dinner.
luckily I had the flue
Roast,
closed, but somehow they got in there. You know.
roast dinner. Hey Harvey, how you doing? But yeah, so here I'm recovering. I can't lift anything over 10 pounds for at least 4 weeks. So here I am coming into the time when I'm normally mowing and getting ready for winter, putting in firewood and all that. Can't do it. I've been looking around. Nobody wants to work for cash money anymore around here. For to do a couple of days worth of work as far as cleaning up stacking some wood up and hauling off some tree branches and doing the burn piles and stuff and that. So just not gonna worry about it. It'll be there when I can get out there and do it. So
Drop a long chain down your chimney to clean. A long? Really?
we've tried that before. Yeah, it's pretty hard on a chimney inside. I use a brush and the fiberglass poles. But another thing you can do is drop a rope down your chimney into your stove and get a burlap bag and fill it with wood chips. And as long as you don't have a damper in your stovepipe, if you just got a straight up stovepipe, you can pull that through with that burlap bag with the wood chips in it, and it'll scrub your pipes and take all the creosote off.
Yeah, because like if we did have a power outage or something like during winter, which yeah, it's a possibility. We do have a 30-foot pine tree in the back, and we do have a means of taking off branches and possibly even downing the thing. I mean, I've been watching a lot of videos how to tree fell without destroying your house. I've seen the failures too, but I've seen how to do it properly. So
you're best to hire a professional a lot of times to do that. If even I've got tons and tons of cords of firewood cut in Alaska, but you didn't have much to worry about as far as a tree falling on anything because you was in the woods.
yeah.
But here around my house, I've got these big oak trees and they're leaning and they're bent and all that. So I hire a professional tree cutter guy to come in and he'll start taking them from the top down and then lay them over away from the house. And so it's safe because I've had them twist before and go onto the house that I was trying to cut here. And like I said, I've been cutting wood for 40 years.
Well, me too. But you know how we did it was we actually I had to help my sister partially. She wanted to take the top off of one of the trees in her front yard, and so anyways, I had my youngest son get up there with the Sawzall and start, cutting about halfway. And then what we did was I handed him one of those braided wire ropes, and I had him loop it around, and then we hooked it to the tail end of my son's truck. And I was like, okay, just stay in the truck and follow my direction. And so as he was cutting, I was instructing my son, okay, slowly, go forward, go forward. It fell perfectly where we wanted it. And then we were able to go back and chop it down into little pieces, and she ended up burning it in our backyard pit. So, but on a big tree, it's like something like 2 or 3 feet wide. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, especially if it's leaning. I've seen people that use straps. They'll like take a strap and then strap it to something solid somewhere else, and then slowly ratchet it over. So I
I've
mean,
got a rope
there's
up
a
in
lot
a
of
tree
it.
right now. I'm ready to be cut. And we put a rope up in the tree, and I was going to hook my tractor to it. And as the guy was cutting, I was going to put tension on it so it would fall away from the house. It's about a 50 or 60 foot tall big oak tree. But just to make sure, if I put that rope on there and it got while the guy's sawing, and I just pull a little tension, normally it'll fall in the direction of the rope. But it's been sitting out there with a rope on it now for about 6 months or so, and with all this medical crap, hadn't had it done.
Yep.
So
That sucks. Well, maybe when I get out there, I can help you out with that. What's up, Benjamin?
maybe we can feed you, and maybe we can feed you.
Feed me ammo. I can help you take care of some of that all that stock you got in the hallways there.
Oh man.
I'd like to take my son out there too. My son's out there. Like I said, my oldest son is 21 now. It was funny. I asked him to make my beer run for me today, and he's like, "Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's
cool.
right. I can do that." That was exactly what he said. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can do
You
that
can
now."
legally go buy beer now. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, anyways, but he does want to get a firearm, a sidearm, and I was like, "Well, do you know what you want yet?" And he's like, "Nah." He's thinking 1911. I was like, 1911 is a good gun. It's reliable. It's been
Yep.
proven.
That, that or look at an M9 Beretta 9mm. Good
Yep,
gun.
yep,
Lots of firepower.
yep.
You
And you
know.
can hold a lot more, and you can hold more bullets. So, yeah,
Right. And it's double action instead of having to be single action like a 1911. You've got that double action feature to it, so you can carry around under the hammer, safety off, and the hammer down. And when you pull it out, all you got to do is squeeze the first round, and then you go into the single action after that. So
yep.
it's a good design. I thoroughly enjoy mine. I actually had two, and a friend of mine wanted one for self protection, and so I made him a deal on the gun, some mags, ammo, and a holster and all for him. And he's been tickled with it. He's going out and he's shooting shotgun shells now with it at 25 yards for practice. So they're good, accurate guns.
Tree cutters around it. Yeah, see, and we don't have a whole lot of like the trees out here in Arizona, especially. Well, I mean, if you go up north, you get the bigger trees and stuff like that. But down here in the Dust Bowl where I live, like Spike, Snoopy's cousin, where we get tumbleweeds and stuff like that. You don't get a whole lot of big trees. You don't like. I think the biggest.
Do you have mesquite around you? Do you have mesquite trees around you?
Yes, there are a lot of mesquite trees. Yes, there are.
Can you legally cut those?
Um, it's a good question. I know if you go after like saguaro cactus, man, they are hardcore on that, man. You get $1,000 fines on those.
No,
Uh,
no, I'm looking at dead mesquite trees, cut them up and bag them up for smoking wood for smoking meats with. Mesquite
yep.
is
Mhm.
good for certain meats. And there's
I'm
money
not,
in
I'm
that.
not sure about that. I guess I'd have to go back and check the laws on that. I think they
I mean,
are,
if you
but then
knew
again,
somebody that had some property that need clearing and it had mesquite on it, you could make a
yep,
deal where you
yep.
could go in there and cut mesquite and then bag it up and sell it.
I was
That's
gonna
good
say,
smoking.
yeah, if it's on private land, well, I'm
Yep.
sure you got all the rights to just, hey, this tree
Yeah.
is in my way, I'm gonna cut it down. And but if it's on like a reservation land or any kind of preserve,
Yeah.
yeah, they might frown on that. So, like I said, I'd have to double check the laws on that. But
Yeah.
good smoking wood,
I
yeah.
can't believe I can't believe how much money guys are making around here, Dangerous. Making bundles of firewood. They take a 5 gallon bucket and they cut up enough firewood, and it's smaller stuff, this big around, and kindling wood and stuff. And they put it in a 5 gallon bucket. It's about 2 foot long pieces, and they wrap it with tape, and they sell that bundle of firewood for $5. It's one chunk of wood, and they're making a killing off
Mm-hmm.
of that. They're splitting it up with their splitters, and they're making a killing off of that for these campers to go out and take a bundle or two of firewood to have a little campfire.
Oh, they do that down here. I mean, like especially during winter, like you can go up to the convenience store and they'll have bundles of it out front,
Yep,
and it's like,
same
oh, well,
here.
it's
Somebody
like
is
four
making
ninety
that
five.
for them and making money. Yep.
But it's like, I don't know, man. Like seriously, after everything goes
My
down,
backyard.
I'll just start cutting. I'll start cutting down the neighbor's house. Excuse me, I need that 2x4. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we used to go around all the construction site and get the little short 2 bys and
Yep.
stuff, and 2x6s, 2x4s and stuff, and take them home and stack them up for firewood. And
Yep.
then I had a pallet plant. If you got a pallet plant around you, big wood pallet plant where they make pallets, it's hardwood, oak and hickory. And we used to go get the cut off blocks. They're 6x6 or 8x8 usually, and they're about 12 to 16 inches long, already cut square. That you can stack them up in a cube on a pallet, and it's some of the best firewood that you'll ever find. And I used to get a pickup load of it for like $6.
The only problem I ever found with 2x4 is it pops too much. It's got too
Well, if
much
you get a
moisture
pine
in
and
it.
spruce, yeah, pine
Yeah, yeah.
does.
Well,
Now yellow pine
that's
does, but
what we. But like
spruce is
you
pretty
know,
good.
our 4x4s. Actually, that's how I
Yeah.
used to run my wood stove. Was I'd use 1x4s and 4x4s, and that was about it. But I would get them directly from work
Link
because, like I said, I was a carpenter
Link
for a damn
700
long.
says the river bottoms. Yeah, Link 700 says the river bottoms, Freedom. I burned 2 and 3 foot mesquite from the river bottoms. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always thinking about, repurposing stuff. I like, some
Mhm.
things are good with mesquite smoke. Some things are better with hickory. Some are better with apple. Some are better with cherry.
Yeah,
Some are better with oak.
a lot of
And
people like
each
the
has its
apple.
own unique flavor.
A
And then,
lot of
like my
people like
salmon,
the
I
apple.
learned, yep, on my salmon, I learned rotten cottonwood was the very best. It was the sweetest smoke for salmon. And I tried to tell Billy Truth Be Told about it, but I think he over smoked it. You use it for flavoring, and then you finish your product off with cooking or whatever, like I did canned smoked salmon. I smoked it to get the flavor, and then I finished it off in the can, processing it to an edible product. Um, I've used a little peach wood oddball too,
Mhm.
and pecan. We got wild pecan trees around here, and once in a while I'll be able to get some pecan wood. So,
Yeah. And carrot
yeah,
top. Yeah. Right now, a lot of there's a lot of woods that are already treated. So,
yeah. If
but
it's
usually,
green, don't use it. Green
yeah,
color, don't work. Yeah,
like seriously, if it's green, that means it's got formaldehyde in it. Like even when we would like in the middle of winter, when we would
copper
get to
compounds.
when we would get to the job site, I mean, we would use like liquid nails to get the fire started because believe it or not, liquid nails burns really hot, really fast. And if you're having a hard time getting a fire started, it'll help. But yeah, we never ever threw anything green on there. No, that stuff is toxic.
Yeah, got copper compounds in it too, like a copper sulfate in that mix
I
that they put in
I, I
that
don't know
tree.
what they use to treat it, but yeah,
Yeah,
all I
that's
know
why it's
is
green colored. That's why it's green colored because of the copper sulfate in it.
well,
Copper
I've
sulfate is
seen
deadly.
brown. We've got stuff down here that's brown too, so I don't know what they use on that, but anything that if you look at the board and you see the little perforations down it, that means it's been treated with something and
Yeah,
probably not good for
and
you.
you do not want to get a splinter of that shit in your body anywhere. I found out in your hands or in your arm. You don't want a splinter of that treated wood in there. God, what a horrible infection you get.
You can, if you don't get it, well,
Yep,
if you pull it right out in one solid piece, but um,
it's
yeah,
still nasty. Yeah,
creosote, yeah,
yeah.
creosote, yeah.
Yeah, and in unseasoned pine has a lot, and you got to be careful with that, and so you don't get a chimney fire. We use spruce in Alaska is all basically all big spruce, and we get the standing dead beetle killed, and the
Oh,
bark will
come on,
almost come off of it. Oh
mods, come
no,
on.
we
Yeah,
got a damn
yeah,
troll out
we
here.
got one. Somebody whack him.
Whack that son of a bitch, yep. And make sure you report him after you hide him. Make sure you guys report him. We don't
Well,
play
that's what
that game here, troll boys. Just get the hell out of here.
yeah, you don't belong here.
We're here having a nice discussion.
Anyways, I got these new clasps coming in for my bracelets. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I got some with the compass, the whistle, and the fire striker, and then I've got some more coming
That's
in
cool.
with the compass and the hook knife. You know
There
how
you
some
go.
of them come with that little hook knife in the end. So
Yeah, yeah. I was going through some stuff today that I inherited from my brother, and I forgot. I found one of these, the
oh,
Brunton
an old
Striker.
ferro rod. Yep.
Yep, with the stainless steel striker and all. And the only thing I don't like about this is you don't get any shavings like the magnesium bars. You can shave off a pile of magnesium and then
Yeah.
strike it and get it going. This one just makes sparks. So you've got to have something that's easy to ignite. And uh, when you're using that type of a striker. But I found that today, a brand new one. So,
Cool. Yeah, because I've got both. I've got the one that does have the magnesium with just the little ferro rod down this one side of it. But
mm-hmm.
anyways, what do you say, man? We've been on for about an hour and 50 minutes, and I've got to get ready for my After Dark
Oh,
channel.
wow. Boy, time flies when you're having fun.
Doesn't it though? Nicole says check your PayPal. So
I'm checking right now if she sent it to my Proton mail. I will see if it comes
right
up
on that.
yet.
All right,
Well, not
folks.
yet.
Yeah, it takes a minute sometimes. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and get changed and get into my After Dark mood, and then we can come back and do this again, and maybe we can talk about a few things that we couldn't talk about on this chat. But we did have a good conversation. You know what? We kept it pretty much PG. I think we followed all the guidelines. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and monetize this and see what they say. Everybody,
Yep.
I will see you all on the After Dark. And instead of saying goodbye, I am going to say I will see you
later.
soon.
See you later, couch potatoes, and keep your faith in God strong.